Hello, my family of light. Billy here. How's everyone doing out there? Today is July 11th, 2027, and we are full on in our ascension process, our great awakening. So, how you doing? What a crazy time to be alive, and what a wonderful time to be alive. So, at this time, of course, we are entering a huge transformation. A lot of the big points already taken care of behind the scenes. And yet, how do we navigate those who are already awakened? How do we navigate this time? Right? And what I found so far, and it's almost like the energy is pushing so hard between the solar, right? The solar activity, and it's just, encodements coming in, our DNA being activated and awakening. The whole shift, it's part of the shift, raising the vibration so that the lower vibration no longer fits, right? So it's a smooth, multi level awakening and ascension. And each one of us has a part, we all have a role, right? So, how do we even get to that with so much distraction, so much fear, so much, ugh, trying to make it work from a 3D perspective no longer works. It's almost like you're being forced to awaken at this point. Yeah, of course, with the higher self. And yes, it was all part of the grand plan, something you knew about before you came here. So here you are. So, how do you navigate this? Well, the biggest and most important thing I found is just coming into your heart center, right? Navigation is best by listening to your own inner GPS, your own guidance system. And that's not going to be up in here. Let me think, let me evaluate, let me look for the problem, right? It's a conditioning of the mind to always be focused on what's wrong. Let me be a problem solver. Let me find a solution. But in order to find a solution, you got to look for the problem. So there's so much energy and so many distractions going to what's not working. So what are we doing? We're actually feeding it. We're making it bigger, right? So how do we shift as we navigate through the distractions? And that is to come in here, really listen to your heart. When I first heard that, I was like, yeah, what, and still not quite getting it, but it is ultimately like Greg Braden teaches, it's the heart and the mind coherence, right? When we get that to the level, if we've been taught or programmed to be up here and listen to this narrative and this is how it is and da 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 da, we're missing the greater wisdom in the heart, right? Science already proved it's out there. Do your own research. But the heart mind gives off more neurotransmitters than the brain, right? I mean, we need it all, but we need them to work together, not this separation anymore. It's about coherence, right? And that's ultimately how we get into that place of peace. And it's so much quicker than we think, you know? Um, Getting into here so you can follow your GPS. I mean, literally, your body all day is always giving you signals and messages, right? That's one of my famous lines, or not so famous, whatever. But, your body's talking to you. Are you listening? Right? You want to know your direction or what to do or how to get out of certain situations. Listen to this rather than this. So at least, this is just a very basic way of saying it. When you're in that fight or flight, you want simple. And the simple is, let me come in here and listen to my GPS. That's right. I'm always guided. I am that I am. So many good things. So, anyway, that kind of reminds me of one of my books. So, as we're heading into chaos of all kinds of stuff, maybe, But yeah, the distractions, the noise, there's stuff going to happen because, the old paradigm needs to fall. The new is already anchored, the new is already taken hold, it's already set up, right? So as you come into your peace, you begin to feel it. Let go of the attachment to the fear stuff, the stuff that gives you anxiety. Anxiety is just your body drawing your attention to something that's at the moment not in alignment with your highest and greatest good. What is that? For a change, take a look at it. What is it? What are you trying to tell me, body? What's going on? Right? So, anyway, I can go on and on. I don't want to. But to keep it simple, during COVID, I was, my guides, kind of invited me to put out this book, Action Steps Going Forward. And simple. I said it before in video, simple. They said, short, like one pagers kind of thing. And at the time, again, I didn't know what. And I kind of still don't know all the way. I mean, I do, but we don't know what we're heading into. And that's okay because we're creating in the now. And if we're creating in the now and we want to take these yummy action steps going forward, like, how do I get into here? How do I connect with the like-minded? It's so simple. It's so simple when you get out of trying to figure out and you let go, because the truth already is within. So as we get ready to deal with stuff, it's more important than ever to be in the flow, right? And for those who are awakened, now's the time to really anchor in the light, anchor in peace, go in nature, walk barefoot, sit up against a tree, right? If it's super hot, like it's not normal hot, as in what? Today, I'm in a place where temperatures don't usually reach over 100, but this weekend they are. So be smart. Go out early or late and, just spend that time in nature with the intention. I've been finding myself, it's like just kind of happening where, knowing that the sun is giving off light codes, right? And really through our sun, from the great central sun, and this is part of what we're anchoring in and helping Gaia, our earth, ascend. The time is now. There's no more waiting, really. So it's happening. That's why there's earth changes, right? So let's help. Let's do the grand plan. And so as these earth codes are coming in and I'm feeling the sun, I mean, when you go out in the sun, doesn't it feel great? Like a day at the beach or even in the park, and you're like earthing and you're just feeling the sun's rays and you're breathing it in. I always invite, I breathe light into my heart center. Right? And that just bypasses everything, knowing that this is the source in my heart, the source of the I am that I am. And so when I feel the sun's rays and I allow myself to soften and I imagine just all the stresses melting off, I claim, I'm in gratitude and I claim it. I receive the light codes, right? These are the ascension codes, awakening our gifts. I mean, it's happening anyway, but when we're so disconnected from nature, our higher selves, and this whole process of ascension that we're part of, we're in, then that little resistance is, what causes extra stress on the body, on the emotions, on your whole awakening. You can make the whole trip much smoother. It's a journey, and the end result is sovereignty, peace, oneness. It's all good. So once you face whatever you're here to face, right, that which you struggle the most with, you become the expert at, and probably why you're here, right? So just flip everything now, because this is it. This is the grand split, if anything, right? Where we transform the earth into the higher vibration, right? That heaven on earth that's always been prophesized, right? So I receive the light codes. Imagine breathing in. It's almost a sacred, almost. It is like sacred geometry activating. You don't have to know, but you trust love and light. You trust source. You trust the higher power. You trust your path. You trust the divine plan. So I breathe light into my heart center. I breathe in these divine light codes. I assimilate the light codes, right? So maybe on the top of the breath, the breathing in, and just kind of pause and imagine. And you can already feel the energy flowing in your bloodstream, right? Your life force energy, awakening, healing, carrying out all that no longer serves you. Any toxic energy you may have taken on from conversations or whatever, right? So, yeah, I breathe in the beautiful light codes. I assimilate the light codes. And then on the exhale, I anchor the light codes, and even envisioning the beautiful light, like let it move through you, let it clean you out. Right? Imagine that. I assimilate, feel the activation, and all that no longer serves you releases at the same time you are anchoring into the earth. These beautiful divine light codes. And you become the bridge. I am the bridge. Right? Yes. And then see and vision that new earth. What does that look like? So anchored in. And if you can expand your consciousness at this time, feeling, noticing, your vision is suddenly wider. And in this space of gratitude and just anchoring the light, let it happen automatically, or automagically is the new word, right? Automagically happening. You connect with others just like you, other hearts that are awakening, that are realizing that their point of power is always in the present moment. No distraction pulling you away. Right here, right now. In the heart. In the present moment. That's where the true oneness is. From here I create. From here I intend, and I send my particles of energy forward to create the magic and the divine plan. My purpose, my path. As I connect with the all. I breathe in the love and the light. I breathe out the love and the light. We are one heart, one light, and one love. And so it is.